struggle is real.
Eric is having a struggle, people.
Well, we did crush a bomber of Lunker.
It was 14%. We made it.
Some Temptation and some Julius.
So we're toning it down today.
We're toning it down to another John-provided beer, theme of the night. This is a Crooked Stave beer, and they're new to Minnesota, and this is the first time they're being reviewed on my channel from their distro.
Right. We had table beer, which was the Crooked Stave.
That was dope.
That was a single, basically.
Like What's this?
This is just a sour. There's sour. This is a standard Crooked Stave sour with blueberries added. We make a lot of these. There's boysenberries, raspberries, passion fruits.
This is from April of 2014. It's 5.5% alcohol by volume, mixed fermentation, aged on oak. I love their caps.
They
really have their packaging down. They really have most of their stuff down. A lot of people think these guys are really overrated. I don't.
I don't think they're overrated.
I enjoy most of their stuff. Proper glassware, kind of. At least without the logo. The glassware is definitely such. But yeah, I haven't really had anything other than the Saison that you shared the other night, and the VL and the
Progenitor. I was not a fan of. I told you about that.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a personal thing.
This one does pour out like a
dark
kind of
watermelon
a
color.
Yeah, definitely like a strawberry, almost a rhubarb color. It's does not look like a blueberry beer.
You could argue it was blueberry flesh in there.
Totes. It does look good. Head's dissipating quickly. It's not really too hazy. And kind of hazy. But let's smell it. So I get like that classic, like American Wild Ale sour, cereal-like notes.
That's pretty much just like Brett with a touch of lactose. It's like your standard American Wild Ale.
For sure.
Setup.
I kind of get like some fleshy blueberry.
And with the real tart kind of thing, the lacto helps kick in.
Yeah. I definitely get some blueberry, some oak, some of that like
the fresh the fruit note is there. It's hiding a little bit the Brett and the lacto cover.
Agreed. The one thing I will say initially, right off the gates, like a New Glarus sour has a lot
really
more
fruit forward
character than this in the fruit department.
Right. This is like sour first, fruit second, where you would argue.
Yeah. I smell the American Wild Ale
aren't sour, but they are much more fruit first.
Absolutely.
Second.
It smells good. Doesn't smell like a world class life-changing dominating blueberry sour.
It doesn't smell like a pH bomb either.
Sure, true, which could be good. Cheers. Okay. Oh, we were wrong.
I take back that pH bomb thing.
Mm-hmm. It's tart as fuck. Like, almost
it's
tart.
It's punchy tart.
It's definitely the sourness of just using real blueberries and oak and all these cultures and the mixed fermentation. It just really kind of drives it to the back of the palate, sides of the tongue pucker, mouth kind of like is swelling for saliva because it's fucking tart.
It's very tart.
Jesus.
I mean, fruit is there. I would say the fruit is muted.
Like,
honestly, when it comes to sour beers too, though, blueberry is a more muted fruit.
Oh, absolutely. Unless you're having blabber.
Right.
Blabber destroys on the blueberry note.
It just crushes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not your... Strawberries is not a good example, but raspberries, that's why it's so common, because it's so fruit forward.
Right.
Blueberries is a lot more subtle.
Yes, it's harder to accentuate and make shine as the primary component of a beer, especially an American Wild Ale or a sour. I think you just probably have to use massive ratios of fruit per gallon beer.
Especially when it's this...
But I would expect a little bit more from Crooked Stave. Just saying.
I mean, it's a nice...
I mean, what? So it's $10?
Yeah, if you told me it was like a lightly fruited beer...
Yeah.
Sure, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of Brett. There's a bit of lacto in there, kicking that the lactic acid really kicks in the end of the tartness,
Yeah.
The Brett gives you the beginning and the
Finishes
lacto
bone dry.
Super
dry. I mean, 95% sours finish like under 1.010 for final gravity. But this one doesn't really carry a great deal of spritzy carbonation and mouthfeel.
It doesn't.
It finishes very forgettable. Like it's
it kind
almost
of
like
vanishes.
a bad red wine, like a bad rosé,
Okay.
if you will. Like it doesn't leave any lingering impression. It doesn't really. But the one thing I will say that it's a positive on the Crooked Stave note is it doesn't finish like a bowl of frosted flakes.
It does not. It
And
doesn't have
so many of those
super malty
Berliners,
cereal.
yeah, they finish like literally frosted cereals, and this one doesn't, so that's good.
This is a
Just
drink
one.
this. I hope your stomach's ready.
Yeah, mine. Although I will say, I think the temptation was a little bit more tart, and
I was told by a person we both trust a lot that this was a lot more punchy compared to Minnesota. Got blueberry and passion fruit. We'll do passion fruit at some point.
Sure.
He said blueberry was a lot more punchy, but passion fruit he preferred much more overall. I'm willing to bet that's based on the fruit.
Right. What do you think for a rating?
This is not a bad beer by any means.
God, no. Is it something I would buy again to bring maybe to a tasting or to just share with like a wine lover or fruit lover?
In Minnesota, at least, it dropped and then it was gone.
Right.
So I mean, where we are, it's a rare enough thing where you could bring to a tasting and share.
We don't have a real sour brewery other than Shells and occasional Surly.
Yeah, all our stuff is West Coast.
Bent Brewstillery is doing some cool things.
They're trying, yeah.
Great labeling, great label. Everything pretty much about Crooked Stave's packaging is great. Appearance is pretty good. Other than carbonation, pretty much lacking. It's good. I'm thinking more like a 86.
86.
Yeah.
I was thinking like an 89.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little lower on this one.
Because I think if you could like somehow dial back the bacteria, the yeast on here a bit. Just at least play more gently. I mean, this is a fragile
How do
fruit.
we know this isn't Surette or Viel with woodberries on oak?
Surette didn't punch as tart with this,
True.
for sure.
True. But I mean, when you're punching that much wort out, just as a base wort, how do we know that it's not the same base wort all around? Granted, the ABV and the blending, yeah, I guess.
Well, if you're from Minnesota and you didn't get any of these, I would say like some Paradox is pretty on par.
Yeah. Shells, peach, really on
par.
par.
You can find some Shells, peach.
Pretty much all those shells are really good.
Those are all Berliners. I mean,
true.
You could hold on to this technically if you wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going 86. You're going 89. Let's just call it 87.
I would say they provided a foundation that I'm willing to bet all of their beers, they brew the same beer, and then they do the secondary fermentation with the fruit.
Mm-hmm. Blending and different,
right?
Which
so
speaks volumes to what this is.
So that's how they make so many fruit varieties. But when it comes to the blueberry, the fruit is way too fragile for this beer that they made. Right?
Yeah, in my stomach right now, even after eating like some Italian food, like my stomach kind of hurts.
Yeah,
there's too much acid. There's too much acid. Like I might need a Tums.
So like I can see where the raspberry, the boysenberry, those real sugary fruits that shine a lot more. Mm-hmm. Would do a lot better than this blueberry would.
Totally. Raspberry Petite Sour sounds really good. Peach Petite Sour sounds really good. Mm-hmm. Pineapple even sounds really good.
Dude, pineapple.
There's not a good pineapple beer out there. Yeah, I think it was a fun beer to try. Thank you for providing. Definitely check it out. If you have Crooked Stave distro, I mean, why not?
Yeah. Also, if you haven't had Crooked Stave and it's around, get the Saison. The Surette is cheaper and it's better.
It's so good. Cheers.